It was like a normal work day. We got up and got ready for the long day at the mill. We usually worked from before the sun was up to after the sun was down in the hot, smelly factory. Many of the different workers would get their fingers caught in the spindles, breaking and twisting the fingers. The mill's doctors would fix the problem, sometimes even cut off the workers' fingers, and then send the workers right back to their workstation, crying or in tears to finish out their workday because some of the workers were under contract by the owner of the place. After we got the cotton all done going through the cotton cleaners, one day we were only getting little cotton, and when the boom really hit, we didn't stop cleaning cotton all day. Some days other workers would form a union against the employer of the mill, demanding better pay or shorter work hours. After we would clean the cotton, we would pack it up and send it to other major cities in the United States, such as New York. Another big thing that was happening was immigrants came as fast as we had sent out the cotton. In the big city, more and more German and Irish immigrants came to America for multiple reasons, such as better jobs, religious freedoms, or for the Irish, a lot of them had to come over due to a countrywide crop famine. As more immigrants entered the city got big, but the housing problems also got bigger. As more people came to the city, many of them didn't have enough money to leave the cities, so they had to then settle where they landed. The problem was in pretty much every major city on. New Orleans had played a big role in the South for exporting our employers' cotton to different parts of the world, even if we did just send it to other cities in the U.S. New Orleans wasn't just for cotton though. There was also lots of exporting much other goods and also importing all of our much needed supplies for the mills and farms. There was a mill in San Francisco that had been made, and when it was made, the owners and builders of it had to flatten the land and fill ponds in. The land before the factory was made, it was hills of sand dunes and freshwater ponds. The owners had hired the Irish workers for very low pay to build and construct the factory for George Gordon. As the land had changed, the workers and owners changed with it. Old workers would leave or quit, new workers would come in to replace the old ones. Many of the workers hired are immigrants from many different countries. As one factory was finished, more and more other companies had begun to make and build other mills and factories in the area, causing an industrial neighborhood to be formed. As those companies were made, they had destroyed the freshwater ponds and wildlife in the environment. Many German immigrants came to America for religious freedoms because in Germany there was very limited religious freedom for the people to choose, and those who were unskilled for the type of work were often put in jobs that didn't have to have many very skills to work, and very often the employers did not listen to their demands. This problem was also very similar for women workers, that the high bosses would not listen to their requests, and also unions would not want women in their groups because they believed that women should not be able to work anywhere but the house. And soon enough, many other working women formed a group and got a petition for only 10-hour workdays. The Germans had many of the same work problems, but many of them had to come to America for religious freedoms, and also because many revolts happened there. Rebels wanted a democratic government, and when that failed, many of the rebels had to flee that country and find a new place to settle, and many Germans came to America simply for a better life for themselves or their families.